Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the New Year's Eve edition of This Week from Rockdale. I'm glad to have everybody here tonight, and if you will say hello in the chat, I'll say hello to you. Let's share and like the show this evening. Let's build a little bit of audience so we can, tell each other Happy New Year and end the year with a few things that we intend to do uh, this coming year, and let you guys do a little, saying what you like to see and such, and have a great evening. I'm not going to stay on here long. I'm going to go spend some time with my family here this evening, but did want to come on here this evening, say hello to everybody. Wish you guys a happy new year, and just say, I'm excited about 2024. I'm excited about uh, what that's going to bring, and I'm excited about uh, uh, I'm excited about what the campaign for the Board of Education is going to look like, and I'm excited about actually winning that race because I think with your help, with the folks in Rockdale County rallying behind a candidate, that I'm going to be very creative because oh, just with the ethics policies and the state law and how it's really stacked against board members that would be like me to be able to serve and do the things that we want to do. I'm going to have to be very creative once elected. I'm not going to give all that away because I'm just not because they I'm not going to give them a chance to uh, to combat the things that I'm going to do legally, because there are things I will be able to do legally that still complies with state law and the ethic policy. Now, what parts of those ethic policies that I can strike out and amend, I'm going to. But there are going to be things that I have to live with, just like there are things that are going to have to change a little to live with me. And then I am going to have to um, be very creative on how I interact with the staff and some of the other board members, because they're not going to like some of the things I do. But I'm going to do it in a manner that I abide state law and the ethics policy that I agree with. So, just so you guys know, it is going to be interesting when I'm elected to that Board of Education, because you really are going to have somebody that's representing this community, uh, the voters, the teachers, and the students. I will not be representing the school superintendent like the majority of the board. Now, there are board members that are on there right now that are not doing that, and I want to give a shout out right now to three of them particularly, and that's Justin Kinney, Janie Jones, and Sandra Jackson Lett. So those three individuals, in my opinion, I align with. Now, I don't dislike the other three members of the board. It's just I have an ideological difference, in philosophy difference. Um, I intend to work with them, but when we don't, I'm not going to be angry with them when I don't agree with them, and I expect them not to be angry with me when they don't agree with me. Because if I'm on the board, more likely three that I mentioned that I am proud of the way they serve, uh, Justin Kinney, Sandra Jackson Lett, and Janie Jones, I'm most likely to align with them on 99% of things that go on. And that's the way, and that will be a shift, a paradigm shift at that Board of Education. And I'll tell you, some people that have been there for a little bit are not going to like that. The superintendent isn't going to like it, and his staff isn't going to like it. But that's okay, because we don't get everything we want all the time. I'm not going to get everything I want, and I totally realize that. You, the citizens, are not going to get everything you want, but you will get more of what you want if Larry Cox serves on that school board with Justin Kinney, Sandra Jackson Litt, and Jamie Jones. And that's a promise that I make to you that you will. So, guys, I want to share something else too. I got this shirt for Christmas, and it's Dog Dad, Tucker and Molly. So, Tucker and Molly. I am the dog dad of Tucker and Molly. And if y'all remember, a few years ago, Tucker Cox had many write-in votes for state court judge. So he, in my opinion, is the ruling canine judge of Rockdale County. So, yay, Tucker Cox, my hero. Just to let you guys know too. Remember my campaign site, Vote Larry Cox, is up and running. So Vote Larry Cox /home. Go look at the website. Get to the website. Ask for a sign. What yard signs are coming in sometime next week. So possibly next weekend, I would like to start, putting some out. Do a request through the website, or you guys can text and call, because we want to track those yard signs. We want to keep data on them, because we want to go pick up every yard sign after the campaign and after the election is over. Something I've always done when I support a candidate. I do yard signs for myself or a cause or another candidate. I have always went and picked up those yard signs. And I intend to keep that tradition alive. So just remind everybody, if you want a yard sign, let's go to the website this week, request that yard sign, and we will we'll get you those yard signs, because we're excited about getting those yard signs out to you guys. And I'm actually typing on my thing here to make sure I got the website right. Yep. VoteLarryCox.com /home will get you to my website. And that's what I ask you to do. Go to VoteLarryCox.com /home and ask for a yard sign. And we're going to get those yards, because they'll be coming in sometime next week, and we will get those yard signs, start putting those out. We're the smaller 18 by 24s are what we have coming in now. I'm going to get some larger ones in February. In March and April, we're going to start running billboards, digital billboards in Rockdale County. We're going to start going knocking on doors. We're going to do a mailer. I mean, we're going to run a campaign so that the people of Rockdale County have a choice, so that they know somebody's actually running, because it's your school board, and I'm running to represent you on your school board. It's not the superintendent's school board. It's your school board. And that's what I hope, everybody understands. It's your school board. And we're going to be very creative about how we do town halls. I'm going to talk about that on the campaign trail, talk about it a little bit later in the campaign. Don't want to talk about everything right now, because you do have to be creative about how we're going to do town halls, because state law says that board members can't criticize decisions that the board has made after they've been made. But it doesn't say I can't listen to you criticize what the board has done. Doesn't say my town halls are going to be what I'm going to refer to as listening town halls, where you're going to do the talking. I'm going to listen. If you ask what a policy is, I will tell you what the policy says. And then you will get to tell me what you like about the policy, don't like about the policy, and what changes you would like to see made in the policy. I will not be able to discuss what I see wrong with the policy, because state law says once we create policy that we all have to support. It's true. State law says we have to support the policy. But state law also says that there can't be any law or any policy passed that we can't discuss or say what has been passed in open session. So I can tell you what's been passed in open session, and then you can tell me what you don't like about it. You can tell me what you don't like about the grading. I mean, how the school system is performing, and I can listen. And then I can go back to the board and I can say, this is what citizens are saying about our policies. I'm not saying it. It's what citizens are saying. I can go back to the board meetings and I can present minutes from the listening town halls. And I can actually say, when I was at the listening town hall, this is what the citizens said about our policy. This is what the citizens say about the superintendent. This is what the citizens say about taxes. So, guys, there's more than one way to skin a cat. And I'm not your average politician, and I won't be your average elected official. I'll figure out how to navigate and get around things and still comply with the law. Still comply with the law and still represent you. That's what has to be done. And that's what needs to be done. So I'm excited about this campaign this year. I'm excited about getting elected and becoming your next school board member, because you guys need somebody. The citizens of Rockdale County need somebody who is not afraid to stand up for them. The citizens of Rockdale County need somebody who's not afraid to think out of the box and is not afraid to challenge the status quo. If that's what you in Rockdale County want, then Larry Cox is the person you need to vote for school board in 2024. Again, we'll have signs available toward the end of this week. Go to the website, votelarrycox.com/home. Go to the menu if you're on your phone and look for where it says to request yard sign, and request a yard sign. And we'll do it. If you don't want to do that, you guys can text me. My number, which I'll put it up here. Crap, right now. Wasting drink on my computer here. Not good, guys, but I got it all. So I move that away. Sorry, guys, had a little bit of an accident, but I think we're good. But I'm gonna actually type my my phone number on here. If somebody wants a yard sign, then go ahead and request that yard sign, and we'll get it out to you, and that's about what we can do. So hey, Daniel, I want to show you my shirt, Dog Dad, Tucker and Molly. See, that's what we're doing. So, and then this year also, guys, I thought it fitting, and I've asked Danielle, and she's agreed. I'm going to get somebody. I'm going to get her to interview me on the show when it comes to a candidate interview. But it would be nice for someone other than myself. That I can't interview myself, and Danielle is an educator, and I want somebody to be a little bit hard on me, ask me some tough stuff. Like I said, guys, everything I do is not gonna please everybody, but my intention is to please most of you. I mean, and represent what people in Rockdale County really need represented. Like I said before, state law is really particular about what you can and can't do when you're on the member, when you're a Board of Education member. Sorry, guys, I'm just cleaning this mess up I've made, and I don't want my computer to fry, so that's what I'm sort of doing. So, but like I told you, state law, you You once something's passed and you're on the board, you can't criticize it. It's against the law to criticize. I mean, people say, well, that's not a real law. Yeah, it's a real law, promise you. But there are several things that they say are laws that are not laws. Um, but and it also says that you cannot pass any policy or ethics that prevents you from discussing, from telling the citizens what you've passed. We're going to do that. We're going to have our listening town halls where I'll come tell you what the policy is, and then you tell me what you don't like about the policy. You tell me what you want to change about the policy. Then I can go to board meetings and say, hey, I had this listening town hall. These are the minutes from that listening town hall. And this is what the citizens said. They don't like this policy, and this is why. And they would like us to amend it. That's totally legal to do. But I can't go and say, this is what we should do, and this is what, because I don't like it, because it's against the law. Once the board has passed the budget, approved tax increases, I can't say that I disagree with it. But I can have a listening town hall and you can tell me you don't like it. Then I can go to the board meeting, say, hey, I had this listening town hall, and guess what? Citizens aren't happy about what we've done. So, like I told you earlier, more than one way to skin a cat. Got to be creative. You've got to think out of the box. And like I said, this is your Board of Education, and you need to elect someone like me who will represent you on that Board of Education and be creative in how they do it so that you do have a voice and you do have someone that will stand up for you and your rights, because it's not happening. Because like I said, the majority of the people on the board right now are representing the school superintendent. They're not representing the teachers, not representing the students, and they're not representing you. They're representing one person, the school board superintendent. And that nonsense has to stop. And I'm the person who can lead that charge to stop that nonsense. I know Tucker and Molly back me 100%. And now I'm asking you to back me 100%. Get out there, help me campaign this year, request those yard signs. Like I said, votelarrycox.com/home. Go there. It's my website. Ask for a yard sign, and let's get this thing going. Yard signs will be in this coming week. I want to put some out next. I want to get some out next weekend. Got some bigger ones coming. March, we're going to start running the billboards. We're going to start doing door to door. Guys, people are going to say, nobody campaigns like this for a Board of Education seat. Nobody does this for the Board of Education. Board of Education, even though it has appeared to be a low profile seat, one of the most important elected seats in the county, in the state, and in the country. In Georgia, I mean, in Rockdale County, in all areas, the Board of Education collects more taxes from local residents than any other municipality or any other government entity. So you better be careful about who you put on these local school boards, because there's where the taxes really go, and that's where senior citizens. Let's talk about Rockdale County and the population. The last census showed 55 to 64 was the hot population growth. The Atlanta Regional Commission, my friend George Kilichek visited me the other day, and he shared some data with me. And the 18 to 24, that 18 to 34 group, that is going to is projected to decrease in population in Rockdale County over the next decade. The 55 to 60 some is projected to skyrocket and increase. 18 to 34 is going to go stagnant and decrease. So what does that mean? That means we're going to have an aging population in Rockdale County, and you want to try to do all these things with people who are getting ready to retire, who are on fixed incomes, who are not going to be able to afford the crazy taxes that the Board of Education, the Board of Commission, and the City of Conyers are going to throw on them. We've got to have people that are going to stand up for you. You need to elect people on all these boards, on all these boards, on all these levels of government who will protect you and represent you. We want services. We want to provide a quality education, but it has to be reasonable and it has to be something that we can afford. And that's just the way it rolls, people. We want to do it, but we've got to do it within reason, and we have to do it within the amount that we can actually afford to do in Rockdale County. Can't be any more, any less. So, guys, I have been on here. Oh, my goodness. I've been on here longer than I thought I would be. I've been about 23, 24 minutes. And that's long enough for New Year's Eve. Because you've got things to do, and I've got things to do. So that's what I want to do. I want to get off of here tonight, go spend some time with my family, and then next year hit the ground running. My focus is going to be being elected to the Rockdale County Board of Education. That's where the majority of our tax dollars go, and that's where we need somebody on your board that's looking after you, and somebody that knows how to do it and still operate within the confines of the law so that they can't kick them off the board. And I'm your guy. Thanks, everybody. I will see you next week, which is next year. Have a great New Year's. And, just have a great time and love your family. See you guys next week, next year. Thanks, guys. Good night.